Surgery on this workout. OJ, the gloves, they just don't fit. They just don't fit. They just don't fit. And I heard something about Johnny Cochran, man, but that's another story. That's gonna be after the workout. That's gonna be another show I'll do. I'm off today, so. There we go. Gotta pair that fit. Gotta pair that fit. Leave it there.
Man, really look in the mirror and get proud of yourself in every way, and then teach people how you did that. And it's going to be an endless battle the rest of your life, making yourself physically, mentally, spiritually, and financially greater than you are today. So go on your quest of personal development and accept that it will never end. Average is a punishment for the weak. If you live an average life, it's because you just lived weak every day. You weren't pushing yourself to the capacity you could push yourself at. And the whole thing is why is that? Results driven, not character based. When you're character based opposed to result driven, you'll surpass any result you ever thought possible. People are like, Wes, what's your big plan this year? I'm like, to not break character. Like, that's it? I'm like, yeah, if I'm a good man, I'll have clarity. Like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, I'm not leaving the business I'm in, so I'm going to stay in that. And if I show up every day, stuff will expose itself. I'll get new opportunities. And if I have clarity, I'll perform well. So all I have to do is not be a piece of shit. The money's clouding a lot of motherfuckers. So a lot of people step in on my life on chapter 15 right now. And they're seeing Bugattis and shit, and I want to smack the shit out of them. I'm like, listen, motherfucker, don't look at the Bugatti. You still got to do the push-ups. You still got to get up early. You still got to drop the drink. You still got to quit being a whiny bitch when you lost your first little love, motherfucker. This is a training ground. Like, let's get you right first before you think you could ever step in that motherfucker. We need structure. We need struggle. We need all that. I mean, the whole thing is you think you want it easy, but those difficulties that you face are the ones that actually will make you who you really want to be. So I get to walk around with that fucking trophy on my back that I went through 10 years of prison, and now look how the fuck my life is. Like, I went through fucking hell to come out and exist how I get to live, and it means the world to me, like, that I went through all that. People don't have those measuring sticks. Like, everything you went through is going to mean more than what you attained out here, you know? And then everyone you're able to help from that, because I truly feel this is our purpose, is to heal ourselves and teach others to do the same. And like, just even the words we've dropped right here, like, if people are fucking aware enough, they'll be able to say, they're right. Whenever I feel like I have anxiety, I'm gonna go fucking I'm just gonna go run. When you look in a dude's eyes, some guy who always got his way, never lost anything, when you look in his eyes, he's a bitch. Like, literally, you guys don't see what you are to me. Like, I know you guys are so fucking scared of everything. Like, everything, like, my circumstances that I've lived my whole life would fucking just break you guys. You wouldn't even be able to breathe. Oh my God, this is gonna happen. Oh my God, this happened. Oh my God. You guys just aren't the same. You're just fucking, like, so soft. It's crazy. And people think they're hard because they, like, do MMA or they're actually buff or this or that. Hard becomes, like, the life circumstances you had to endure, motherfucker. I give such a little fuck about life that I'm good at life. Right. People are holding on to life so bad because they haven't done shit yet. Like, I've already been so accomplished that I'm like, I don't give a fuck if I live or die. Right. That's what makes me live. Like, the guy who goes to war worried if he's coming back, he ain't gonna be a good soldier. People are always like trying to make the best choices in life. They're always trying to, is that the right choice for me? The wrong choices I made, the paths I took that were incorrect, served me better than the ones that I thought were the best choices to make. So I'm just telling everyone, like, Don't go make bad fucking choices. Don't try to go to prison, you fucking idiots. But literally, learn the habits that I teach that are difficult. And then when you do make bad choices in life, because you will, just handle them like a man. Don't be a bitch during those times with your self-talk and your actions. A motherfucker will be going through a divorce or something, and he'll be such a pussy. Oh, she probably with another guy, oh. And he'll be drinking and all this shit. Like, she is with another guy, motherfucker. Sack it up and realize. Who gives a fuck? She was with someone before you. Oh, fucking well. Like, go get your fucking workout on, strengthen you, make you better, and go get someone better. Every chick I've ever been with wanted to be back with me after we broke up. You better fucking believe that. And that's who you should be. You shouldn't be like, the past was better. Fuck that. I didn't even do that in prison. When I was in prison, I was writing a movie. I'm like, I'm gonna get so jacked. I'm gonna be so good at this fucking prison shit that they're gonna make a fucking movie about me.
Honestly, I didn't have to rewire my brain for success because I never did what you guys did. I never had a 9-to-5 job. I've always hustled from day one, and so I always knew I could get something and turn into whatever I could turn into. So it was just simple math. You guys went and had jobs where you were only given a certain amount. That's not how my life was. It was what can I get done this week, today? What can I get done this month? On my own, what can I do? So I'm just way different than all you guys. Never did that other shit ever.
The other day I was wondering why people are the way they are. And I'm like, oh, they're completely distracted. They have entertainment, they watch porn, they drink alcohol, they eat foods they shouldn't, they smoke vape, smoke weed. The second they're coming to reality a little bit, they hit their vape or their weed or something. They're okay, back to the fictional world where I'm the master, It's it's just so foolish to me,
They're so consumed.
But can you blame them? It's really painful to realize that you fucking suck.
Everybody sees it, but nobody deals with it correctly. During a contraction phase, you will have the biggest growth of your life if you deal with it correctly. A lot of you guys have been in a contraction phase your whole life because you never dealt with it correctly. The contraction phase is the blessing. When I went to prison and went through a massive contraction phase, guess what? I expanded as an individual. As the material world around you is gone and taken from you, the spiritual world awakens. So this is the time to get to know yourself, to figure out what the fuck and who the fuck you really are. Most of these people who act like there's never a problem, but they're never really winning, they're never really losing, they never really address the fact that they feel very down and they feel beat up because they're in a contraction phase. People who are honest about it end up crushing it because of the contraction. You guys understand you're always triggered about the way someone looks, money, and women. Your physique, money, and women. And whenever you're triggered, it's something that you fucking suck. No one who's ripped is triggered by someone who's showing they're ripped. No one who's rich is triggered by someone showing they're rich. And no one who gets bitches is triggered by someone showing bitches. You fucking lames are so fucking transparent, it's crazy. You're pissed about that which you don't have. And the three main areas are money, physique, and women. Fuck off. Only losers tell you not to compare yourself because they're already losing, so that's their excuse. You should compare yourself to others. You should always compare yourself to others, and you should aspire to beat them in every way. They need to be triggered by people who are doing better than them. That's what all these jealous little bitches of men are doing. A lot of people can say what I say, but nobody would say anything back because they're not better than them. When you're better than everybody, it triggers them, especially when you tell the fucking truth. Some people are triggered into changing because the truth, they're ready to accept it. A lot of people live in fucking la-la land where they're not ready to accept the truth. So when you tell it to them, they just try to find any way out. And they'll be like, you're 5'8". You're 5'8". Your cars are rented. When none of it's true. That's just their way of trying to find a way out that they fucking suck. So what you have to do is beat them and then trigger them. And you're not even trying to trigger them. You're just saying the truth. They're just bitches.
That little thingy booked a villa. This little thingy booked a hotel.
the years, people have called him superhuman.
But I'm not. Like nearly 24 million.
Streaming now. Peacock brings the nightmare to your home.
So we're all habitual constructs. And the fact that if you make the same choices every day over and over and over and over, well then they start off as a habit and then they turn into an actual belief system. Once it becomes a belief that something offsets a mood or a feeling in you, well now you've emotionally attached motivation to it. So I don't go to the gym to work out. I know I'm not okay inside because I don't have everything I need or want. No man should admit that he has everything he needs or wants. This is a constant pursuit of elevation. So we want to elevate always and always. The whole point though is how do you do that? You have to attach it to emotional motivators. It has to be your kids. It has to be retiring your mom. It has to be all your followers that you know you would let down if you didn't get the fuck up again. And everybody's so selfish, they refuse to do that. They say, fuck it, I don't care what people think. And of course they do, and should.
I was in prison, got out, started a family, it fell apart. I mean, everything like that possibly could have like derailed me, didn't derail me. And they're like, man, this dude's solving my problem right in front of my face. Like when life happens, he doesn't quit. And when life happens to them, they go run to vices or stuff that breaks them down, or they quit. They take their foot off the gas. And that's the one thing I won't do. I just will always stick to what works. I run to growth, not to what breaks me down. I run to what builds me up, you know?
The only thing that stops you is the fear you have of losing your current situation to go pursue the one that you really want. Why the fuck are you holding on to this situation, these circumstances that you don't even want? You need to learn to let go and have faith and learn to really be a student of the game. People never really change and never really grow because they fear criticism. Someone would stay the same their whole life because they would fear changing. I don't believe happiness is like a thing. I believe in inner peace and contentment. Okay. And I really get to my place of inner peace and contentment when I'm not desiring anything. So when you're on your purpose, you can't be in a state of desire. Desires are very painful because those are unmet expectations. I live in a state of purpose and I really attract everything I want in my life. Desire leads to boredom. Boredom leads to desire, leads to vices. I'm never bored. You can't be bored when you're on your purpose. So really, I've kept it really simple. At every level, people have those times where they feel like it's not going to work out. And I hate the fucking word, but you guys refer to it as anxiety. But I just call it imaginary evils. You start creating scenarios that are adverse to the outcome you want. You start creating scenarios that they're not fucking true. We suffer more in imagination than we ever do in reality. But the whole point is action alleviates that. Action alleviates anxiety. Action alleviates the creation of these imaginary evils. Just go get into the work. But you have to work hard enough to where you get into flow state. Flow state is that gift from above that tells you you're exactly where you need to be. There's certain things that you know you need to do in your heart. There's certain things. You know yours. And some of you guys are such fucking liars. You'll think that you don't know yours, but it's probably something along the lines of getting in better shape or your health. Something to do with dropping drugs, alcohol, or vices, or some habit you have that's holding you back. And it may be focusing more on not being negative. So, I mean, there can't be too many things. It's basically like mind, body, soul. So, if we're talking about mentally, that's being mentally strong enough to not create these scenarios and believe in them. Everything of mine is intentional to create clarity. I need there to be no distractions in my life for me, and that creates clarity for me. If you don't like your car, regardless, negative self-talk will ensue. You'll walk up to your shitty car, you'll say, I don't really like this thing, but I accept it. So now you're settling for something you don't want, and you don't realize you're habitually constructing a mindset that's not conducive towards the abundance that a true entrepreneur would go after. I just know we're guided, bro. I just know in my heart and in yours, you hear the same fucking message that I fucking hear, and it's that You're supposed to create the man that you're proud of, that Anthony Mendez is proud of, and give that man to the world. That's what you're supposed to fucking do. And if you're walking around and there's anything that you're carrying with you that you're not directly proud of, it's gotta go. It's very simple. Regret is your guideline. If you regret what you're doing, that guides you back on the proper fucking path.
I work well with compression. If I get comfortable and I let everything stack up too much and I'm not making these moves to light a fire under my ass, I don't move as fast. I know that about myself. So I have to stay putting a lot of pressure on myself. And I know you guys need that too. The world has just gotten soft. And I see a lot of guys saying that nowadays. And I'm like, this ain't the motherfucker to say it. And I know I am. That's the fucking difference. People will say that shit sitting there all soft. And I'm like, God damn. Does he not fucking see it? Is he this fucking delusional? But that's the whole point. I don't really pay attention to anything anyone else is doing. I don't. Not that you guys should either. I really think you should spend most of your time building you into such a force that you're able to guide people. You're not guiding them by just pointing a finger. You're guiding them by your fucking actions. Wisdom is revealed through actions, not talk. So everybody thinks they're all wise, they got all this shit to say, then you turn their book around, you're like, this fucking dude don't fit this at all.
So I always figure, like, when I break on my diet or break on one of the disciplines I had set for myself, that I let myself down, you know, because I made that. Like, I structured that plan for fucking me and for myself. So when I fuck up on something that I said I was going to do, I'm let down inside. And what people don't realize is when you let yourself down, you project that onto others. So that's what makes you have bad relationships, a pessimistic view of the world, and it just an all like flawed perception of everything around you. Because you're fucking up. So everything around you looks fucked up. Yeah. But when you're killing it, you're sticking to your word, everything around you matches that. I like to say the world is not as it is, the world is as you are. So I mean, what you cultivate within shapes your external environment, your world. So if you want to live a great life, you have to stick to one of the main things, which is letting regret be your guideline. So a lot of people are like, I'm not trying to be swole West, I'm not trying to do all this. I'm like, but when you ate that, did you regret it? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, well, then that means you're being called to not be that. And so I'm just going by this internal guidance system, which I call conscience congruency. And I'm just leveling in everything that makes me feel really at peace and whole. I was more driven to get money at a younger age than most motherfuckers. And that just put me in the game, gave me that mindset to say, no matter what, I got 24 hours, motherfucker. How am I going to make it happen? A lot of you scared ass motherfuckers never thought that way. They always seem like, if I show up here, I get this wage at the end of the day, right? But my shit was always, hey, if I go get this, I can get this out of it, or I can try to make this happen. It was just always like, it was always someone who could think bigger, go harder. But I mean, you guys just never, most people don't understand what it would be like to never have had a job in their life, but be as successful as me. I've never had a fucking job, not for one fucking second. I've always been a CEO, I've always been the boss, I've always been the motherfucker. You guys have that, you know, can I work for you mentality? I have that, yeah, I got some mentality.
Only Cascade Platinum Plus has double the dawn to clean your dishes and your filters. Cascade.
Things are moving fast at Legoland New York this year. Like, really fast.
Me personally, I always demanded a lot of myself, and I always was determined to reach certain levels of success because I knew I was worth it. And that's the crazy thing, when you guys hear my content, I'm telling you guys, I believe you're worth it too. And you guys are telling me that you're not. You guys are telling me that you don't even think I'm worth what I have, and you don't think you're worth it. So like I said earlier, the world is a reflection of you. The way you see the world is, the way you view the world is a reflection of who you are. It's a confession of character. So I'm sitting here going, you guys can do it. Like, you need to do it. You must do it. I'm never saying you can't do it. I'm saying right now, You got tits and you're a loser and you're dorky and it looks like your mama dressed you and nobody would co-sign on you and your bitch is ugly. I'm saying shit like that now, but that's what I'm saying is right, your reality right now. I'm not saying you can't get to a higher level. Well, I stood out when my life wasn't outstanding because my outstanding habits that made me shine, that validated me to myself. If you're not validating you to yourself and you're waiting to be seen from others, then you don't know anything about how life works. The second you see your life as amazing, it's seen as amazing from others. Even if it's the way you fucking walk down the fucking street. Yeah, the standard for success is loving who you are. Looking in the mirror and saying, oh my God, I created exactly what I want to be. When I watch videos of me, I'm like, oh, see me? When I hear myself speak, I'm like, oh, did you hear me? Like, I mean, this is like what you want. You want to be so excited on you that it's exciting just to be you. Nothing else is needed. If I was stripped of everything, I could walk down the street and I know people would be like, that's a what? Like, that must be someone, right? Well, how do I go from Lamborghini to Bugatti level? You make more money. How do you go to the next level? The next level of everything is I don't give a fuck what I have. I don't give a fuck what you know about me. I don't give a fuck what you think about me. I don't give a fuck about any of this shit. I validate myself. That is the next level. And that next level is complete freedom. It is true. I am living life. Ups, downs, whatever the fuck. I'm that motherfucker. And when I see dudes that are that motherfucker, I tell them so quick, bro, you're that motherfucker. I brag about my friends. Like, I straight do it. Like, dude, this one was sick as fuck. Like, this is the dude, you know, like, that's how I roll. But, like, you guys forgot that thing about, like, being, like, stoked for people that did shit that you didn't. And, like, became, like, a hater. And, like, you're like, I don't really want to be jacked and pull bad bitches and roll fucking Rolls Royces and Bugattis. Who the fuck would want to do that? I would rather marry my high school sweetheart from Walmart and be fucking pissed that I got locked in with 4 fucking kids and I just can't get anywhere. Imagine if I saw me driving by. If I was just on the street and I saw me rolling by in a Mansion Phantom, nasty. I mean, that motherfucker. I mean, that's just, anyone who fucking doesn't want to subscribe to being the sickest motherfucker, it's because your parents fucking raised you a fucking nap fuck. You know, when I tell people they could build their brand and make millions and kill it online, they really have the fucking answer of, there's only one Wes Watson. I don't think there's a position like that for me. Holy fucking pussy bitch. Oh, I don't think I could. I have never thought that way. I always thought that if one person did it, I could do it. And I didn't even do stuff I saw people doing. I made up shit I wanted to do, brought it into fruition by just knowing its value. I think part of the problem that everybody suffers from is that they have to see something someone else fucking did. So now they're limited to think that only that person could fucking do it. I mean, I make my own path always. Right. Never had a 9 to 5. Never decided to live by society's rules. That's what fucked you guys up. Your 9 to 5 and your ability to conform like bitches. All you people who think I'm like a problem because I yell, I guarantee you're the least successful people on the planet. And then the people who are down and get down with getting yelled at, those motherfuckers get killed. Do you understand? Do you understand the stress management level of being able to be spoken to like a certain way and then still be able to circumvent that and do the work? You guys can't do that. It totally threw me off for a week. I was discombobulated because he said he was on the phone 60 miles away. He said fuck. I don't know what you're talking to me. You guys are fucking crazy. A lot of people don't like when they're spoken to the way I speak. But the thing is, I don't give a fuck. I would rather give them the answer. And the fact is they don't hear the answer if they're fucking giving it in the comfortable fashion that they would like it to be delivered. You have to trigger them. I'm not going around trying to trigger people. I'm triggered by people. I'm triggered by them because I love people and I hate their habits. How can we say this is true? Wes is such a bad guy and all this. Nah. When you're killing it, I'm the first to tell you you're killing it, be proud of you, support you, and want you to do better. But when you're not, I'm the friend that will call you out. Your fake friends take you drinking, have you eating like shit. When you start losing weight, they question you and talk shit about your appearance. When you elevate too much and start making money, they hate on you. Now your boy here, nothing but proud of people who elevate. If someone's elevated way past me, they motivate me. If someone's wanting to level up, then I'm able to get through to them with my success. You never want to do is believe it's going to take suffering to benefit yourself, because then you would always think that you have to go through some shit to have an outcome, which is not true. There's plenty of ways to have massive outcomes in life and not have to face adversity and go through shit. But you need to still be prepared when shit does hit the fan, that you're able to take care of it correctly. I just call a man who wakes up early great. A man who doesn't wake up early, I know in his head he said, I don't want to get up today, and fuck that. They must not know someone who can't get up today. Someone with no legs, someone doing life in prison. They must not keep that ready in their heart to be strong enough to emotionally motivate them to get the fuck up. Because that day when they can't get up no more, they're going to be pissed they ever thought of that. I struggle with the fact that people are fucking a trip, and they've not even done 1/10 of what you've done, but they're going to give you advice. I struggle with the fact that you don't realize I was in prison for 10 years. I got out, did this that quick, motherfucker. Who the fuck do you think you are? Biggest problem in the world today, people thinking they need more knowledge instead of people changing who the fuck they actually are and the root problems that keep them from applying the knowledge. So then you idiots who haven't solved the root problem, that you're impatient, that you lack discipline, that you lack clarity and vision, you're not committed, the real root problems you never solve, and you just go trying to acquire more knowledge. So you buy a program from someone that is knowledge-based, and you don't realize you have a personal development issue. So all the knowledge in the world, all the ChatGPT on earth ain't gonna solve the fact that you're a bitch when it comes down to application. So you guys are learning from the wrong people unless they've been successful in every way. Because if they're not successful in every way, they still have root issues to solve. If you're feeling depressed, you're feeling like shit, you're feeling like a bitch, do 10 burpees and write a hash mark down on a piece of paper. Then do 10 more. Write a hash mark down on the piece of paper. Do 30 sets of 10. You will be on cloud fucking 9. You'd hug an enemy. You would love people you hate, and you would fucking start to see a life that you used to hate that you love too. That's why I say the world is not as it is, the world is as you are. So once you get to that state of love, you could love an enemy. You could love a life you supposedly hate. You could love your damn ex-wife if you wanted to. Be like, it's all good, bitch. Here, have a good day. I'm gonna make so much money that pocket change you get ain't shit. If a man is sitting in front of me, regardless if this is me making it digestible for most people, if I see someone walking up and I look at a man, there's only 2 answers to that man staying in front of me. Is his life intentional, or is he suffering the consequences of his choices? So, I mean, did he intentionally create and achieve his desired result when he's standing in front of me? Did he settle for that wife? Did he settle for that car? Did he settle for that body? Did he settle for that life? Or did he visualize an outcome he wanted and truly achieve it in all areas? That's the difference. Intentional or circumstantial? Is this man a victim of his circumstances, or did he intentionally create everything I see? Very few people are intentional. How to be completely fearless, face everything every other man ran from. Drop your ego and build the person you want to build. If you want to get tatted, get tatted. If you want the surgeries, get the surgeries. If you want to date that girl, f***ing ask her. If you want to start the business, start and never stop. What the fuck is up with everybody? It's not that difficult. Like, literally get the fuck to work doing it, and then realize that you were one of those weird haters because you didn't have it. And once you got it, it wasn't that crazy anyways. It's kind of expected at that point. People in my program are always like, hey, thanks for holding me to my highest level. I'm like, I ain't holding you to shit. I'm expecting you to be this way. This is the bottom of the barrel. This is the foundation of a man. Like, this is what you have to do. There's no less than this. You're a fucking bitch if you do less than this. And they're like, damn, because everyone else there around was like, whoa, you're doing too much. It's like, I understand that we got one life, motherfucker, and everyone else doesn't. You guys could do it, but you don't take no risks. I take all risks. That's just what it is. Step the fuck up, take the risk you need to take, and learn what you need to learn, become who the fuck you need to be, and live the life that you want to live. You need to be talked to a certain way because you're soft as fuck. That's probably the real reason why you suck at life. Real motherfuckers can take the real advice and they can fucking apply it. Pussies are like, I don't like how he said it though. Oh man, I'm sorry. Guess what? Bosses speak a certain way. Your silly little bitch friend is gonna say, that's not nice what he said. And that's gonna keep him from getting anywhere. Just like everybody else who's caught in their fucking feelers their whole entire life. Mainly it's bitches. Not anymore though. You women are hard. Your dude's a bitch. Shit's funny nowadays. But stay broke or learn how to kill it. Monetizing your passion for helping others like I have. Pussies think it's anger, but it's passion. Like, I literally have so much emotion. You guys are just void of emotion because they took it from you. The world took it from you. You're not even allowed to speak how you want to speak because you checked in. You guys are all bitches, straight up. I never checked in. You guys checked into the Matrix. Let me get this 9 to 5. Let me listen to like the law. Let me like do all these things that we're supposed to do. Let me like not disrupt anything. Let me just not stand up for myself. I ain't like you motherfuckers. But I mean, whatever. There's positives and negatives to everything. There's a real positive to being like you guys. Like you never really get in trouble because you just don't, because you don't do shit. And there's a lot of negatives and positives to being like me. But risk takers get rich, and people who don't. So you have to watch what you're thinking. So how do we do that? It's called your mental witness. So operating from your mental witness, if you understand that that's taking place, you watch your thoughts take place, and you choose to pick the ones that are actually aligned with the outcome you want, and you choose to let go of the ones that aren't. So if you're getting angry about shit that don't matter, you have to start to let go of that. You're like, oh, this isn't aligned with the outcome I want, no matter what. Even if the scenario I'm building is true, it's not aligned with the outcome I want. So these are the ways that you're going to be able to structure your day better. But most people will never be able to start to give themselves positive self-talk unless they fucking get right into action. So I'm telling you, it's burpees, it's push-ups, it's go straight to the gym. Get there before you start to create these scenarios that are fucking so detrimental to the evolution of your character and the progression of your life. I'm a smart motherfucker. I've always had drive and been successful, been disciplined, all this shit. As soon as I got the drugs and alcohol out the way, now I'm going straight to the top. That's what I want to tell you guys. A lot of you guys that are driven and successful and disciplined, but you still use dope, you still use drugs, you still use alcohol, that's your fucking problem. As soon as you drop the vices, like you already have it in you. Like alcoholics and drug addicts and these people, they're so fucking committed, they're the most committed. So when you get rid of everything that's holding you back, you can be committed to all the positive acts, and they're the most successful people. Some of the best, biggest entrepreneurs, most famous people were ex-addicts, and I mean, I was one. You just don't get out in prison or at war. You don't get to just quit, and that's what you can do. It gets hard and you just quit. Like you gotta be forced to do something in your life as a man where there's no way out. Where every day you want to quit, you're not allowed to. And a lot of you guys will probably think that like that's what you're doing as a dad or something. That shit's enjoyable as compared to war, or like you don't talk to anybody you love. There's zero vagina. It's not going down. I mean, what the can you even find a reason to wake up for at that point? Everyone else wakes up just for drugs. But at that point, you have to choose to build yourself during a horrible time of your life. And anyone going through like a massive bout of adversity, just treat it like that. Treat it like prison. Treat it like you're at war. You literally build yourself during this time of adversity. See it as a gift and use it to catapult yourself to the success you want. Because a lot of you pussies just want to make money. Why? Then you'll just be a pussy with money. They, like, no matter where you're going to be at, you'll still be there. And you'll just be one of these dorky-ass squares like Daniel or something with his comb over who looks like his mama dressed him at Oshkosh Bagosh. I've committed myself to a certain level of character. And it's just very simple shit. And it's been the most validating source of my life. Because in the fucking penitentiary, you don't have cars.
You don't have this, you don't have that. Why don't you have in the prison? There's 200 fucking dudes in a fucking building, and you're like, who can really live the best? Oh, look at that guy. He's got shit-stained boxers hanging on the end of his rack. Dope, dude. Good job, fool. Good job, motherfucker. Stupid ass. Like, who can wake up the most consistent, who can work out, who's the most presentable. It's just you. Your habits are your validation in prison. So that's why when I came out here, that's still all I validated with, was my habits. And then that's what the world needed, was solid, unwavering, non-negotiable fucking habits. Where the fuck would you be if you just never took a back step? Where the fuck would you be? Because most people, they take 5 forward steps all week to take massive back steps on the weekend. Like, are you the same motherfucker during the week as you are on the weekend? Or are you dumb, drunk, lush, broad of a man on the weekend? Hey guys, let's go to the river and just slap each other's asses and drink like dumbasses.
They honestly wake up, they create a negative scenario that's not true, they believe it, and they fuck their day off. Then they're stuck in this fear loop where they just think that it's going to take place, so why even try? I don't get why people fucking do that. I mean, no matter what, I would rather be at peace, and you'll be at peace when you do the work. So the work is that if you don't learn to love the work, you'll never know love at all. So you have to learn to love the fucking work. If you guys aren't doing personal development work, then you're not learning to love yourselves. So if you're not learning to love yourself, then you'll never even be loved or love life. It starts with you. Everything starts with you. Like I've told people a million times before, the world is not as it is, the world is as you are. So you have to really focus on creating the best you every day.
With Buy One, Take One, you get a dish for today and tomorrow, starting at just $14.99.
Some deluxe aren't built for out here. Merino is. Obviously.
Mental Strength 101. You build mental strength by sticking to hard tasks. It's very easy to live nowadays as a man. You guys are very weak and you don't get it. I don't know what you do each day that makes you think you're strong. You don't work out. You eat whenever you want, whatever you want. You sleep in until any time that you feel like. You watch porn when you can't just go out and work hard enough to pull a chick. I mean, everything is so simple for you weak motherfuckers that you opt out of any type of difficult work. If you were down for difficult work, your life would change exponentially over this next 5 years. In 5 years, you could be the top of anything you want. If you just walked into difficult things and said, I'm going to excel at these. All the most difficult stuff. Not the stuff you make up and say is difficult because you're good at it. The stuff that's actually difficult for you. Discipline is the highest form of self-respect. Discipline is the only true depiction of self-love. You don't fucking love yourself if you ain't disciplined. You don't give a fuck about yourself. And I mean, if you want to talk about higher frequencies, a higher level of life, you have to love yourself first. What the fuck's gonna come from that? You can't, anything that you wish to have externally has to be first cultivated internally. So your love for anything starts with being able to fucking understand that the difficulties of a high level of anything need to be actually enjoyed. You guys who can't enjoy discomfort, who can't enjoy difficulties, who don't enjoy overcoming, who don't write a story in their mind of them succeeding when all odds are against them, you'll never be fucking successful, ever. It's not possible. You need discipline to become successful. Quit being a dumb fuck. Quit searching until you've dialed in your daily habits perfectly. Once you've dialed those in perfectly, it don't matter what's going on in your life. You'll be vibing high as fuck. And that high vibration state, that high frequency mindset will have you never miss on all the things that build you day by day, because you'll correlate your positive momentum, your positive progress to the habits. And in all reality, the reason you guys aren't succeeding is because you fail on the habits, because you're choosing comfort over the work that needs to be done. But what if you told yourself, the only way I'll be comfortable if the work is done? I mean, it's a complete different mindset. I was always a visionary, so I always knew the way I wanted my life. I always knew what I wanted to look like. I always knew who I wanted to be. Now I just had to do the work. A lot of you guys just aren't visionaries, so that's why I'm trying to tell you what to see. Because a lot of you guys were raised by fucking nerdy ass parents, and so you're fucked up. Like your examples of men and women are so fucked that you think it's okay to be at the lower end of a male or female in this life. When it's not okay, it's just a few different choices and different habits. I mean, that's the problem. But, you know, it's rite of passage. If you're around fucking knacks growing up and your dad's a pussy, you're going to be one. It's just what it is. So, I mean, I knew what I wanted to be like. I just had to do the work. Like, you should be able to wake up and know what you fear and face it, because you respect you enough to live a quality life. Why does anyone have to tell you to live? You should think about that. All you guys who aren't where you want to be, you should really think about why you don't respect yourself enough to live the best life that's ever been lived. You have one life, one chance at this, and you're really going to do nothing with it? Like, the clock's ticking, and you're going to fucking do nothing and be no one because you're scared of how others would view you, or scared of what the outcome could be, or scared to fail. I mean, I could never imagine being that fucking weak. You guys swear you're not afraid, and I'm not fearful of anything. You guys are all so
surgery over.
Like, if you wanted something less this life, I don't give a fuck if it's that chick. I don't give a fuck if it's a Bugatti. I don't give a fuck what it is. You would fucking have it. If you really thought you deserved it and you really wanted it, you would fucking have it. But you guys ain't got nothing because you're afraid to pursue anything. And the people who are doing it and really did,
y'all witnessing history right now, man.
Pursue something to get it.
Don't try to jump on a bandwagon when shit get lit. Change bundles. I'll be back at you with that Johnny Cochran story. Shit.